Hey everyone, Chris here. Today I'll be walking you through how to assemble this adorable one in a melon layered pop-up gift card. The process is the same for all of my layered cards, so that means you can follow along with these instructions for any other cards you purchase from my shop, kind of like these cuties you see here. Oh, and also, in case you didn't know, all these illustrations are my own original designs by Chris Okubo from Okubo Originals. So that's kind of fun. Okay, let's get started. So as far as materials go, it's pretty simple and basic. This is the matte paper that I have been using, and I've tried others, and they're pretty good too. So it's really up to you, but this is a 48 pound, and sometimes you want to go a little bit heavier. This is the cardstock for the card itself. And as far as printing up the envelope, you're not going to want to print that on a heavy cardstock, obviously, because the envelope is an envelope. So, but you don't want it on just plain paper. You want it a little bit heavier. So I have found this premium 32 pound HP paper is working pretty good for me. But you can use a cardstock of your choice, of course. All right, once you have downloaded the files, you will be choosing which way you want to print and cut. If you're going to be using scissors and do fussy cutting, obviously you'll just go straight to printer. If you're using your favorite machine, which I'm using here, a Silhouette Cameo 5, then that's when you are going to go ahead and set your registration marks and send it to printer. And once you've got that printed out, you're going to go to send and go ahead and set up the cut. Okay, let's get started on our little Your One in a Melon card. So I think what we're going to do is start with the envelope today, and then we'll work on the rest of these layers right here. And to create any one of these cards, we've got your One in a Melon card that we're going to make today. There's also Thanks a Bunch, and it comes together the same as the melon. And you have Happiness is Being Together. All of these come with their own coordinating envelope and the same kind of layers as this melon that we're going to work on today. So any one of these will be put together the same. And what we'll be using, I use anyway, is this 3-in-1 beacon glue. It just works really good for me. It gives me a little bit of play in case I get something glued on not quite straight. I can still move it a little bit if needed. To fold creases, I use this kind of a bone folder type thing. And if you are going to cut with scissors, you would need a craft knife and some scissors. I, however, did cut this out on my Cameo 5 Silhouette machine. And those cut files are available in the files that you purchase on my Etsy store. So here we go with the envelope today. We're gonna fold in all the creases. They're already scored lines. And bring this up. Okay, I'm gonna just take my little crease bone folder and give those all a little bit of a pressure. So I'm going to grab my glue and get a little bit of glue on there, just along those edges, not too much. You don't want it coming out and getting on the outside of this tab. And so we're gonna fold that up, give it a little pressure, glue it in place, and bring down the flap. Give it a little rub, and there you go. There's your envelope. So easy as can be. We'll set that aside and bring in our layers. Might as well just get this little note card folded. It's got a score line as well. There's your note card. That's going to go in the back. And it's going to go in this little pocket that I've created on the back. And this is the back. This pocket will go on the back. The card will go in there. And that back will go on the back of the background. This is called the background, where everything sits. And the layers go inside here. But turn that around and you've got the back part. So now we're going to glue the back onto the back of the background. And it's pretty square, but I like to have the leaves going a certain direction. So I'm going to give this a little bit of glue once again. And I'm just going around the edges, being spare that it doesn't overflow outside the edges. And here we have it. Glue that in place. All right. That's nice and tight. I'm going to give a little crease to the edges of my background frame there. Okay, so now we are going to add the little pocket to the back. You're going to fold these little creases again. Take your bone folder, give it a little push. Now you've got these little tabs that you're going to put some glue on. And there we go. And let's put this towards the bottom. Get it nice and centered, like that. Give it a little pressure. And now we are going to add the little card into the bucket. And there's the back. Okay, so now we're ready to add our one little layer that goes in here. On a lot of my other cards, there are 2, 3, maybe 4 layers, depending on what the design is. But on these little simple ones you see here, there's just one cute little layer that goes inside. So super easy. All right, I'm going to start with the tab. This is the little tab with the fold line. You'll see that fold right there. Get a little glue on there. And I always say don't get too much, which I just did a little bit, but that's okay. You can wipe it off. And now I'm going to make sure that all of this is parallel, right? So you're going to add this right up to this line where the crease line is. You want to make sure this layer is going to sit nice and parallel with the line. And then what you can do is just fold it over like how, and make sure it's all lined up this way with the bottom. And there we have it. Yeah, it's looking good. We need to get this other tab glued on to the other side now. And simple as that, get a little glue. And here we are. I'm gonna fold this over, place that right there, glue it, and now they're both glued on. Gonna get them laying nice and flat as they move. So they move back and forth easily. Here's your middle. Now we've got to get the frame on. And we are going to get their creases, fold them in. Give me a little pressure there. And now it's going to fit on just like that. And so here is the glue. And here we go. I'm going to slip it on. Make sure it's sitting nice and straight with the top and the bottom. Fold it down. Make sure everything is lined up here at the bottom. And move it a couple of times. And now let's glue this side. Okay. turn it around. And move it back and forth. And there you have your cute little 3D diorama watermelon card for summertime. And a little note to give to someone with a matching envelope. There you have it, folks. And those, you're going to work on those ones the same way as you did this one. Enjoy! Happy crafting!